beginning from today, I'm going to deliver a series of lectures on cross-cultural influences under globalization at the University of Applied Sciences, Basel, at Switzerland. Well, my first lecture today will be on the evolution of modern education in India, and in that context I'll of course be covering the evolution of design movement in the world and the design education in India. The second lecture would be on introduction to Indian society, where I'll present different dimensions of Indian society, socio-economic, political, cultural, and so on and so forth, so that my audience here understand, get a perception about how this evolving India is emerging as a vibrant nation, vibrant economy, vibrant democracy, and all those kind of things, and also how it's engaging with its own internal contradictions, which are very important, because as a modern and recent and thriving democracy, we also are faced with lots of such contradictions. So, and after having gone through that process, how does the society look at to an Indian who is an insider, and also from let's say Western perspective? So all these things need to be discussed. So the second presentation will be based on that, and then there would be some other presentations on visual language and visuology, visual imagery, and visual culture, of course, in the broader context of visual culture. How is it influencing the world, and how is it influencing India in different manner? And what is the kind of visual language which is emerging in the media, in the electronic, print, and other kind of mediums, and how is it influencing the whole society, the perception of whole society towards visual language? So that is what will also be discussed. Apart from that, there will be a couple of more presentations, but there's one with which I would like to conclude the whole series of my lectures here. Would be the last one, in fact, would be on popular cinema, because in India is also, if we look at the cultural dimensions of India in the modern context, cinema, popular cinema particularly, is considered to be, has become sort of an icon of the Indian society. The glamour, the drama, the melodramatic effect, and action, music, all these things have created larger than life-size impact on the audience wherever they are. And at the same time, we also are creating something like what we call a diasporic cinema, so which is particularly being designed, devised, made, keeping in view the large Indian diaspora, which is spread across the world, and which is staying in different parts of the world, from the eastern to the western and other parts. And wherever they are going, they are, not moving alone. They are also carrying the baggage of their culture. And when it comes into, contact with the local culture, how do they react? How do they assimilate? How do they accept or reject all these things? And what are the kind of dreams that we are still trying to sell? That's also very important, because after all, cinema is a industry which sells dreams. So what are the kind of dreams that we are selling? Are we selling a mix of tradition and modernity? What is our engagement, the engagement of our traditional values with the modern concepts and ideas? All these things are very important, which are selectively picked up by the popular cinema. I'm not talking about another genre of cinema which is equally important and has a major contribution, which is the movement of parallel cinema by Satyajit Ray and Shyam Benegal and Govind Helani and so on and so forth, which is more realistic in nature. But then they have a very select audience. Here, when you are dealing with the mass, because as a medium of mass entertainment, I think they need to have a sensibility to understand how the mass reacts to such issues and what are its cultural preferences. And is it the mass which is influencing the culture, or is it the cultural values which are influencing or created, artificially constructed cultural values which are creating new, which are influencing the mass in general? So all these issues are very critical to me, and I think which are covered under popular cinema, which popular cinema reflects. So I'm going to discuss about all these things in the next couple of days, and I wish to make it a success. I wish that I'm able to communicate to my audience, my students, my the senior faculties and other professors who will be coming here to attend my lecture. I think that there is going to be a mutually beneficial exercise. And I'm also here not only to teach, but I'm also here to learn about a different culture and different cultural setting, their values, their preferences, and all such kind of things, which will be important to put things in a cross-cultural perspective under globalization. Thank you.